Wind. Howie left the fire going this morning, and the eaves are melting today, so I'm actually really hot. Am I on the right? Okay, gotta wait for this to start up so I can fiddle with the chat. There we go. I gotta open a window. Oh my God, I gotta open a window. Look out, Gracie, there's nothing here for you. You seem to think that every time I sit down and talk to people, no, that you should have your due. Well, we're not. Hush! I just opened the friggin' window. No, go whine somewhere else. So, let's pop out the chat. Ooh. Open it up. Make it big. Hey everybody. We're up to 33 people, so I'm going to pop in and shout out participants. Kimmy Blackrock, Alex Wilson, Seashell, Aloha Darling, Debbie Altman, Joe Mama, Kathy Ponder. I have to change my shirt. I'm perspiring. I'll be right back. Oof. As pretty as that shirt was, it was 50% polyester, and it makes me sweat. So now my shirt doesn't match my shorts, and nor does it match my ears. Okay, let's close the chat here. All right, let's try this again. Whew. I don't know how I'm going to do it this summer. We may not take the pool down. A lot depends on what we can get accomplished. If the pool doesn't get tore down, then, you know, I have it for another year and I'll make darn good use of it. So, let me pop out the chat, or the participants, I mean. Alex Wilson, hi darling. Blackrock Kimmy, Seashell Surf, Debbie Altman, Joe Mama, Kathy Ponder, hey sweetheart. Leanne Bishop, hello. Lena K, Linda Bop, Betty Boo Bop. I just saw a little tiny fly. So yeah, you know spring's around the corner. Rebecca Lynn, Marion Bilsma, Bilsma. Rebecca Lynn, Rosie Bernard, Roxanne Hill, Roxanne Tracy. A lot of Roxannes today. Ruth Bennett, Sandra Volmar, Tina Elliott, and Trish Young. How's everybody doing today? Now, I'm going to cut this in half and use this part for blowing my nose. Excuse me. Oh. Hopefully that'll stop me from snorting too much. And now I'll take this one and wipe the sweat off my eyes. I hate it when my eyes sweat. We meet again. Hey, Patricia. I've got the wrong glasses on for this. But it's going to be a fairly short video, so it's not going to be too short, but now I need something else. Here I have, it's my great Klaus Schwab expression, Klaus Schwab impersonation. I have 2 pounds of salted butter, extra virgin olive oil, and I like using sunflower oil, but I would have to use my whole other bottle. And I don't fry with this. I fry with this. So Where is my doodad? Okay, this is where I want it. It was over here. So today we're making spreadable butter. And for that, you need butter and a lightweight oil, or butter and a lightweight oil. My last tomato. And you need a blender. How high can I get you guys? Get your head out of there, seashell, when I say, oh my gosh. Nothing is working properly for me today. Give me a second, folks. Oh yeah, of course the bananas are in the way. Okay, let's get this out of here. Like this. And let's bring you up just a little bit. How do we bring you up? There we go. Like this. And like that. I hope you all... This might work, actually, if I do this. Let's see. Well, you're seeing mostly my laptop now. There we go. All right, that's as good as it gets, folks. This is my Ninja blender, and it has the 3-blade center spindle. Hey, just me. Yeah. Butter is so high in prices. Gracie, what was that? What was that noise? Butter is so high in prices that, oh, this is really soft. I left it out on the island overnight so that it would be soft, but it's starting to melt. So I'm just going to drop these 2 pounds of butter. Get every last bit with a spatula or a scraper. You do not, like, that's a spreading of toast, right? And I didn't get anything to measure. I'm going to start what is going on with my thing today? It just does not, oh, okay. It just doesn't want to work for me today. I'm going to get this, just to get the butter down. While I go get a measuring cup for my oil. Oh. I think Howie has started to realize how hard it is for me to keep on top of things, because Saturday has become the day. He swept up again this Saturday. He swept up again, and he loaded and unloaded the dishwasher. So I'm going to use 1 cup of my cold pressed sunflower oil. And I'm going to drop that. You guys really can't see very well, can you? There you go. I'm going to drop this in here just like this. They say, first time I did this, it was like, you got to whip your butter with the whisk and then drizzle in the oil. No, you don't. This is the way it works. There's a specific way for this lid to go on. Okay. Something else I didn't get was a spatula. I try and remember everything I'm going to need before I sit down, but it doesn't always work that way. Gracie, there's nothing here for you. Oh, A little bit of oil there. I don't want to get that on my shirt. It's a bitch to get out. So let's just push the butter down into the oil. And then we're going to add our second pound. That's a lot of work for him. Well, thing is she's got dogs. Dog mama, that's what I'm going to call you. How he works, and then he comes home, and he's done for the day. He'll bring in a load of firewood, and he'll be done for the day. Right? Let's try this a little bit differently. And on weekends, he does whatever he wants in the shop. But I work 7 days a week, and I have mobility issues and pain and chronic pain. So Howie, helping out by sweeping the floor and loading the dishwasher Saturday, gave me enough energy to clean my bathroom. I got to share something with you about about my shower curtain, because I went to the dollar store, and it's laughable. It's not really a dollar store here. I don't think anything's a dollar in this store. Used to be a dollar store, but like other stores that can no longer do the dollar. Let's wipe this up here. They prices, now that prices have gone up, they just don't bother trying to keep it low anymore. Something that was $1 pre-pandemic is now $3.50. You know what I mean? Now this is extra virgin olive oil. You don't have to use it, but it's much healthier than sunflower oil, right? Now, wait, I'm going to need 4 cups. 1 pound of butter is 2 cups. So I'm going to have to break out my other oil. Or I need 1 more cup of oil. So after this, so I will have to break out my, so you use equal amounts of butter and oil. Now this is called spreadable butter because you can put it in the fridge and it'll be spreadable like margarine. I doubt you should leave it on the counter. I'm going to get this mixing while I go get 1 more cup of oil. Okay? Sorry about the noise. Sorry about the noise, but okay. Now people, oh, you got to do it so gently. No, you don't. You really don't. This is 1 liter of oil. So you would use 1 liter to 2 pounds of butter, believe it or not. Because you mix them equal amounts. There we go. Booyah. I'm going to just pour that in there. Now it's getting pretty close to being finished. I'll get this blending again. Now, how are we? Okay. Now, guess I have some butter that didn't blend in here. That's all right. Now look how liquidy this is, folks. Okay? We've just turned 2 pounds of butter into 4 pounds. No. It's 4 cups of oil to 2 pounds of butter. 4 cups of oil. And this is what we do. There's a little bit of butter there. And then we just do this. And this goes in the freezer till I need it. And then we fill this one up. And it's going to go in the freezer. You make sure you get every last drop. Now it looks liquidy, but as soon as it chills, oh, I forgot to add salt. Now, if you have a low salt diet, don't add any salt. You've just cut your butter salt in half. So there's 2 ways for this to be healthy. You can use extra light virgin olive oil. You can use avocado oil, which is more expensive than butter, so I wouldn't recommend it. But these bottles of oil were only, the sunflower oil was only $7.99. I paid $4 each for the bottle of sunflower oil. And what that means is my butter is now down to probably $5 a pound or $4.50 a pound rather than $6.50. All right, I gotta go get this into hot water and soak right away. We still have some butter left in our butter dish. So this is going to go into the freezer and the other one's going to go into the fridge. Just like that. Let me just move some stuff out of the way and then we'll sit down and talk for a minute. Wipe things up here. Now the olive oil does leave a tiny, tiny change in the flavor. But you're not going to notice it if it's on your toast or you're putting it on your potatoes or not. That's why normally I use sunflower oil. 4 1-pound bricks here is 6, 12, 13... $26 is 4 pounds butter here. Alrighty, now I'm just gonna get a couple of things ready for supper. These onions are the last 3 onions from my garden. I cook a lot with the frozen onions I store, but these are the last 3. I think I have 1 more in my bucket. These are from my garden last year. It depends on the cost of the cream, right? I'm pretty sure 1 quart of cream only gives you, well, it might give you a pound of butter, but I don't know. You'd have to weigh it and measure it out because I don't know how much liquid is lost. You know what I mean? It's almost $7 for 1 liter of cream, so no, it's not cheaper unless you know a farmer, right? Now, I'm just getting these organized for supper. Can anybody guess what tonight's pantry pull meal is? Pretty sure you'll guess when I start cutting up the next. Hung out with grandkids and family. Hey, Nat. Oh, that's awesome. We're hoping to go down for Easter Saturday in the morning, visit, and when Bubba goes to his nap, we might drive to Port Hope and visit Howie's mom. I don't know. For that day, it depends on if Arthur needs his help or not at the house. And if he doesn't need his help, we may just, you know, drive a couple of extra hours and go visit Port Hope, which is a couple hours away from Kingston. And then we come back, maybe go out for dinner with the kids or have dinner with the kids. I don't know. Take them out for dinner. I don't know. And then we visit with them on Easter Sunday morning before Bubba goes down for his nap. And then we go home. So, I mean, we're going to get a motel, I think, if we can afford it. Okay, you guys ready to tell me what I'm making for supper? Let's cut Bruce. Well, it's just as well. Oh, that's good, Trudy. Always give yourself time to rest. Nope, not smothered pork chops. Close. I am making pork chops, but what am I making to go with them? Think of Almanzo Wilder. Nope. Close. Lena K is close. Nope. Fried apples and onions. Yes, Nat, you got it. So I'm just going to do these 3 little onions and 2 apples, and then I'm going to put them in some water and let them sit until it's time to fry them up. I'm going to fry pork chop. Well, you'll see. You'll see in tomorrow's video, right? Now, this is not Cracker Barrel's fried apples and onions. I went to Cracker Barrel and I saw it on the menu and I went, oh, I gotta have that. And what they brought me was fried pie filling, which was disgusting. It was not fried apples and onions. Fried apples and onions, you can add sugar if you want, but we don't. We just fry them in a little bit of the pork chop grease. Or, you know, whatever. Where's my other apple? There's my other apple, so... My neighbor in Kentucky used to do it. Well, Autumn's seen me do it. Nat's been around for a while, and she's seen me make apples and onions. And it's always a pork chop dinner for me. So I said to Howie last night, I think I'm going to make, you know, when we found Howie's like, where's a fresh onion? I said, look in that bucket. I might have one left from the garden. He said, you got several left from the garden. And I went, ooh. And he took pork chops out and put them in the fridge last night for supper today. And I said, now, do you want plain pork chops or do you want fried apples and onions? And he goes, ooh. So, this is going to get some water on it. My apples and my onions, I'm going to put that in the fridge. And there's my prep for supper done. I'm probably going to make instant mashed potato. Get your head. Oh, do you want a little piece of apple? Then why are you laying your head on my lap? You don't eat raw onions. It would kill you, Gracie. Even cooked onions give you the farts. This can go over. Oh, I missed a piece of onion there. Into the garbage. And I am prepped for dinner. And then I'm going to stand with you guys for a minute before I go on with the rest of my day. Oh. One of my ears fell off. One of my ears fell off. Top it, Gracie. Top it. Oh. One of my ears fell off. All right. Let's bring you guys down a bit. So, that's it. Short video today. My ears fell off. I'll have to get out the glue gun and fix it later. So, that's tonight's pantry pull meal. I don't know what we're gonna have. We're gonna have fried pork chops with apples and fried apples and onions. Oh, it's so good. Like, I remember thinking when I was a kid, Dad made a pork roast, and my mom didn't make a lot of pork roasts. I don't know why. She was like, we were like beef. I mean, I don't remember ever eating chicken legs or anything when my mom was alive, because my mom was a scratch cook and she made everything stretch. Like, when my mom squeezed a quarter, it farted a dime. And, hey Tina, how much salt in the butter, please? If half a teaspoon, I'd say. But I'd say a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, a level teaspoon per pound, but I wouldn't put that much in. Because in all honesty, I can't taste the difference. I really can't. Beef tips and rice with greens. Well, we had chicken and rice last week. And then someone's at my door. I'll be right back. Stop. Stop. I'm not letting you out till he's in his truck. Thank you. Gracie, stop. Stop. Gracie. Come on, are you staying there? Okay. Another car part for Howard. There's also the fact, like, people say he works so hard. He does. He works very hard. But ever since his heart attack, he works at a steady pace that is good for him. And on Saturdays, like yesterday, he, spent the day watching TV, and that's allowed. I rarely spend a day watching TV. But if he can unload and load the dishwasher and sweep the floors for me on Saturdays, everything else gets done by me. But it's me, I get overwhelmed knowing that by the time I'm finished sweeping the floor and loading the dishwasher, I got no time or no energy to clean the bathroom or anything like that, right? Lacey, I have to have a discussion with my mom tonight because she still thinks we're poor. I mean, we ain't rich, but we're not as poor as she thinks we are. Does that mean she's like trying to pinch stuff? Well, let her pinch. Let her penny pinch. Even if you can afford it. Like people said, oh, well, you got pop and chips and what? Pop was expensive, but that bottle lasts Howie a month. And chips, we get the low salt, and it's one of our few little treats on the weekend for watching a movie. Whip-de-ding-dong. Just because we're in an economical crunch, it does not mean we can't save money here and there to have a treat here and there now and again. Did you say you were going to get a cleaner? I was going to, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out. Maybe I'll revisit the idea again, but if Howie sweeps the floors, and like last night when I was, after we finished supper, I went to the bathroom, and Howie said you can run the dishwasher anytime, and I looked and he'd loaded the dishwasher. Now it gives me a great deal of anxiety when he loads my dishwasher, because if you don't do it right, it will leak. And I don't know the model number, so I can't go into, there's this whole Whirlpool recall thing where dishwashers are leaking. I have a Whirlpool. I don't know the model number on it, right? So if you don't do it right, it leaks. If you don't wipe everything down, stuff gets caught in the spray arm. So I fought with this dishwater to get it to perform properly. So when he loads the dishwasher, it's like, don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. You know? So when I came out and the dishwasher was leaking, and I saw the water on the top, I said, did you put Dawn and dish soap or like Dawn and vinegar in there? He said, a little bit. I said, don't ever do that anymore. I said, because it's a crapshoot. And if you put even a quarter of a teaspoon too much, the suds come up and then they go down under the door, because there's a gap under the bottom of your door for overflow. And suds will come out and they will hit the towel that I always leave under my dishwasher, and they will act like a wick and everything starts coming out. So I said, it's a crapshoot. Please just use vinegar and a dish tab. So yours started growing pink slime, had to spray it down with colloidal silver. What started growing pink slime? As a matter of fact, when I go to bed tonight, I'm probably gonna, I'm gonna empty the dishwasher right now. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna empty the dishwasher, and then I'm gonna run it through a wash cycle, because I found my dishwasher cleaner tablets, and there was this whole wall of reddish gunk, like hardened on the back of it. And the last time I did that, it took most of it off, so I'm gonna do it again. Hi, Angie. I do yourself a favor, buy dishwasher cleaner tabs. Not the finished ones that you got to put in with the bottle and it's liquid. They look like a dishwasher tab, only they're to clean the dishwasher. And you can get them for your washing machine too. It helps add to the life of your appliances. Anyway, folks, I gotta go. I have to go in my office where it's cooler and get some editing done and some emails done, okay? I love you guys. Take care. God bless. Now, Howie's birthday is on, what's today, the 26th? 27th. I think Howie's birthday is on Friday. Angie, send me the recipe for that Hershey's chocolate cake and frosting, because that's Howie's favorite. Normally, I'd just make a chocolate chip cake, and we're not frosting people, but I'd like to make him that cake for his birthday. All right? I love you guys. Howie will be happy he got another parcel for his car. And also, here's another thing, folks. When Howie helps me, any extra money I have, I don't have extra money, but any extra money I have, it goes to him, right? If I've got my plants and everything I need, lights, everything I need, any extra money goes to him for his race car. So he pays that back by helping me, right? Because he has his money, I have my money. It all goes into the bank and I manage it all. But he's been getting nice chunks every payday over and above the cost of his gas and coffee. And what that does is it frees things up. Yeah, yesterday he took the day off, but he still unloaded and loaded the dishwasher for me, right? So he helps. He helps around the house because he knows now that I tried to get a housekeeper. It didn't really work, or a house cleaner, but it didn't really work out. Not everybody's a Nancy, right? And Nancy's way too busy these days. So he helps out because he knows if I hire somebody to clean, that's money that could be going into his pocket. So he helps. It's all good. Nobody say, oh, your husband's got to come home from work and clean the house. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He wakes up at 8 o'clock on Saturday. I wake up at 11:30. By the time I'm up, he has, swept and unloaded and loaded the dishwasher, had his breakfast, and he's like, I'm out to the barn, right? Well, thank you, just me. Well, listen, everybody, you have a good day. I'm going to go and check my email and drink my tea and re-glue my ear. My ear. I love you. Take care. God bless. Mwah. Oh, I got to tell you, the onions didn't grow, so I put Spanish onions in them. And the peppers didn't grow, so I planted garlic chives. But I do have a whole pot of double hollyhock or regular hollyhocks coming up, and one double hollyhock on the other pot. I'm looking forward to spring and everything's melting. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you either next video or next live. I love you guys. Never, ever forget that. You're the biggest part of my day.